long time ago, well, recently Porsche just revealed the new 911 Dakar 2023 model, and now Lamborghini has also jumped into it and revealed the new Hurcan Sterrato 2023. And yes, you have guessed it right, today I'll be telling you more about the upcoming Hurcan Sterrato. Yes, I'm Junior, and you're watching Junior on Cars. But let's start off with the price tag of the upcoming Sterrato. Well, the Sterrato will cost you around £272,000. Well, that will be just the normal price of it. There won't be no extras or all of that. That will be just the price you'll pay for it in simple terms. Well, what do you get performance-wise? Well, you still get the same Hurcan engine, which is a 5.2-liter V10, which more now has produced around 610 brake horsepower and 560 Nm of torque. 0 to 60 is under 3.4 seconds, and flat out it will do 162 miles per hour. So it's still the same as the standard Hurcan or the Performante in simple terms. Well, the gearbox has also not changed. It's still a 7-speed dual clutch automatic, so nothing really much has changed. Just the performance of the power and the torque, that's the only thing that has changed. But the engine and the 0 to 60 and most of the stuff are still similar to the normal Hurcan. Well, let's speak about the facts about it. Well, before we jump into the exterior, well, let's jump into the more straight facts about it. Well, Lamborghini is not aiming to make lots of numbers of it. Actually, there will be limited number of around 1,499 there will be ever made. And honestly speaking, I wouldn't really don't know which to choose, because the 911 Dakar is also proving itself. And also now Lamborghini has also jumped into making a rally sports car, which is the Hurcan, like I said. So it's a bit of a decision, it's a bit of a problem if you're, someone who wants to spend money on buying between these two absolutely becoming rare cars in simple terms. So I don't really know which one to choose, but we'll get to that later in the video. Well, the ground clearance of the Hurcan obviously has to be raised up. Obviously they have put in fork shocks, in simple terms higher suspension to lift it up from the ground, because as you all know, the standard Hurcan is very low and very sporty, but this Sterrato is actually around 44 meters higher than the usual Hurcan, and is 30 millimeters wider and 34 millimeters higher than the normal Hurcan. Then because the normal Hurcan is around less than 30 millimeters wider than this Hurcan. It's just the facts has been changed, everything has been changed. Like I said, we'll get into the exterior a little bit later. Like I said, the rear is 34 meters and the front is around 30 millimeters. So a bit of a difference, a bit of a change, because of it's a rally car in simple terms. They have to make, give it a rally feeling and all of that. Well, when it comes to other stuff such as, the brakes and all of that, well, the new Hurcan Sterrato will come around 380 front and 356 millimeters rear carbon ceramic disc. Well, yeah, as you all know, the brakes have to be changed, as we also in the 911 Dakar, because of all the rallying that you'll be doing around, in the sand, in the gravel, in the snow and all of that. So brakes have to be changed. Well, Lamborghini is still Lamborghini. They have given ceramic brakes, so in simple terms, carbon ceramic brakes, to give you more performance and much more braking force, that you don't crash into sand or something else that is very ridiculous. Well, you still get all-wheel drive. Nothing much hasn't changed. You can't switch it to rear-wheel drive. You still get all-wheel drive. It's still as standard as the normal Hurcan. Nothing much has changed. Well, let's leave that and let me tell you about what has changed a little bit outside, which is the exterior. Well, let's start off with the tires. Well, the tires, as you all see, they are chunkier tires, just like the 911 Dakar. Well, the 911 Dakar uses Pirelli tires. Well, this one actually uses different tires, and they're around 19 each wider in simple terms than the normal Huracan's tires, front and rear in simple terms. And also in simple terms, because it's a rally car, you are supposed to, let me say, the tire punches, obviously you should be able to go and run flat. Well, yes, the new Lamborghini Hurcan Sterrato will have run flat technology to not make sure that you get stuck in the sand or anything. Even though it has flat tires, you'll still be able to run it on run flats. You just have to set it and everything, and you'll be able to get to where you're going. Well, let's leave those facts now and let's jump into what has changed into the Hurcan Sterrato. Well, in my own opinion, well, there's lots of changes. Well, there's a scoop on top of the roof, there's lights on the bonnet, and it looks much more higher than the normal Huracan, and it looks much more cooler in my point of view, because yes, the normal Huracan does look cool, the Performante does also look cool, the STO looks much more cooler than all of the Huracans, but this Hurcan Sterrato just looks much more cooler than, it's in the category of the STO. It is cooler because the STO has a big wing, gives, it looks that sporty, looks, it looks like a hypercar, but it is a sports car, but it just looks like it's screaming, I'm joining the hypercar group, you see. But the Hurcan Sterrato just looks absolutely cool. I mean, it's higher, it looks, even the seats are changed, because you can't get normal seats in the Huracan because of all the jumping and all the nonsense that you'll be doing with the car. They have actually changed it for carbon seats, which have carbon around it, and you get Alcantara in the middle to give you much more of a comfier, feeling on the road and all of that. But dashboard, all of that, the screaming V10, nothing much hasn't changed from that. The exhaust is still titanium. You can still hear that proper V10 sound when you're rallying or whatever you're doing. But let's get back to the exterior. Like I said, I mean, for me, honestly speaking, it's not really, I'm not saying that it's a 10 out of 10. I mean, there is some points that really just don't make sense. It's such as the lights. I just think they're just too down. I mean, they could have just put it on top. I don't know, maybe it's my own opinion. But I mean, the bonnet of the Huracan is just like low to give it more of, cutting through the air and all of that. But for the lights to sit down, well, they are bright. Obviously, they are bright, but I mean, it could have looked cooler if they put on like rally lights. I think more like the Lancia, or maybe the Quattro S Audi, those kind of lights in some bottoms. But I mean, it's Lamborghini. I'm really not gonna judge them because it still looks cool, but it is a 9.5 out of a 10. Well, besides that, let's jump into the interior. Like I said, there's lots of changes that have been changed. I mean, they put Alcantara on the seat to give you more of a better feeling because of all the jumping, and your buttocks won't be able to, handle all those jumping and all of that bad stuff that you're gonna do with the car. But overall, honestly speaking, it is a cool car. I mean, it is a Huracan at the end of the day. It's still fast, so yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to watch more videos of mine, you know what to do. Hop onto the main channel to go and watch more videos of mine. And if you want to know more about my channel, click onto our Instagram page, which is Junior on Cars, and same story on Twitter. So bye.